In this lesson, we're going to be talking about composite assignment and the composite assignment operators. To introduce you to the subject, let's kind of look back at what we learned in a previous lesson about increment and decrement. So we have a variable that we want to assign a value to. And if we're performing this task a lot, then it's much easier to use the increment operator or the decrement operator. But what if we want to perform a similar operation but with a different value than 1? So for example, we want to add 5 to number every time, or 3, or subtract 12, or multiply the same value by 2. We can do that using what's called the composite assignment operator. And here's how they work. Let's say we want to add 2 to the value of number. We'd write it like this without the composite assignment operator. Number is assigned the value of number plus 2. But we can also write that using a composite assignment operator to save some time, number plus equal 2. So what we're doing in essence is factoring out that extra reference to number. And so we can think of it like take the current value of number, add 2 to it, and then assign that back to number. So just to see how it works, let's display the output. So we'll compile, close, and then let's execute main, and there's 5. So we started out with 1. We added 2, or we added 1 to it again to get 2, and then we added again to get 3. Let's take a look at that. See how we got 5. 1, then 3, and then 5. We call it composite because it's a combination, or it's a composite of the addition operator and the assignment operator. And that's why it's called composite. Let's look at a few other examples here. Let's do another data type. So here we're going to subtract 0.1 from R and then assign that back to R. And I'll write it out. Oops. There we go. Let's look at another example. Oops, I didn't mean to do plus. Let's fix that here. Sorry. And then one more example. So remember, we're going to see at first the 5 for number. In fact, we'll just leave that in. So let's compile. It says we have an unclosed comment. Somehow we accidentally erased that. Let's try again. There we go. Close, and then execute main. And that's exactly right. We subtracted 0.1 from 1 to get 1. We multiplied 100 times 3 to get 300, and then we divided salary, which was 300, by itself to go back to 1 again. Notice the 1.0 indicates that we're working with a floating point data type, in that case double. So to summarize, and I won't belabor this point anymore, we have these composite operators that allow us to save a little bit of time and trouble by not having to retype the variable that we're working with when we're doing the composite assignment. So it's not really all that revolutionary other than it just saves us a little bit of typing. And of course, with any long program, you'll appreciate any bit of typing that you can save. So that wraps up this lesson on the composite assignment operators, and we're going to move on to the next lesson where we're going to talk about getting input from the user.